a cozy cafe filled with a warm aroma of coffee and the gentle hum of conversation. Alice and Elizabeth, two close friends, are seated at a corner table, sipping their lattes. It's Friday afternoon, and the weekend is just around the corner.
Sighs contentedly, it's so good to finally relax a bit. This week has been crazy busy.
Nodding, tell me about it. Work's been non-stop, and I feel like I haven't had a moment to breathe. But hey, we made it to Friday. So, what are your plans for the weekend?
Smiling, I've been looking forward to this weekend for a while. Tomorrow, I'm going to this new art exhibit downtown. It's called Dreamscapes and Realities. A bunch of contemporary artists are showcasing their work, and I've heard great things about it.
That sounds amazing. I've been wanting to do something artsy. Do you know any of the artists?
Not personally, but a few of them have a pretty big following on Instagram. One of them, Sarah Jenkins, does these incredible mixed media pieces. She uses old photographs and paints over them, blending past and present. It's super evocative.
That's so cool. I love mixed media. There's something about combining different textures and elements that really brings a piece to life. What time are you going?
I was thinking of heading there around noon. I want to beat the crowd, plus they have a little cafe inside the gallery. I thought I might grab lunch there and make a whole afternoon of it.
Enthusiastically, that sounds perfect. Mind if I tag along? I've got nothing planned until the evening.
Grinning, of course. The more, the merrier. It'll be fun to have someone to discuss the art with. After the exhibit, I was thinking of stopping by that new bookstore, the Book Nook. It just opened a few blocks away from the gallery. Have you heard of it?
I have. I've been meaning to check it out. They have a cozy reading area, right? And I think they do author readings and signings occasionally.
Yeah, that's the one. I thought it'd be nice to browse for a while, maybe pick up a new book or two. I've been in the mood for something thought-provoking, maybe a good mystery or some philosophical fiction.
Ooh, sounds intriguing. I've been on a fantasy kick lately. There's just something about escaping into a completely different world that I love. Maybe I can find something new to dive into.
Definitely. I love how immersive fantasy can be. We can ask the staff for recommendations, they always have great suggestions. And who knows, maybe we'll stumble upon a hidden gem.
For sure. So, what about Sunday? Any big plans?
Sunday's going to be a bit more laid back. I've planned a hiking trip with my brother. We're going to that trail by Pine Hill. It's supposed to have beautiful views, and I've been wanting to get some fresh air and exercise.
Pine Hill. I've heard the views from the top are stunning, especially this time of year with all the wildflowers in bloom. How long is the hike?
It's about a 4-hour round trip. Not too strenuous, but it's a good workout. We're starting early in the morning to avoid the midday heat and hopefully catch the sunrise. My brother is really into photography, so he's excited about getting some good shots.
Thoughtfully, that sounds wonderful. I haven't been hiking in ages. Maybe I should get back into it. Fresh air, nature, and a good workout, what's not to love?
You should definitely join us sometime. It's such a great way to disconnect and just enjoy the moment. After the hike, we're planning to grab brunch at a little cafe nearby. They make the best pancakes.
Laughs, I'm sold. Pancakes are the perfect post-hike reward. You've got such a balanced weekend planned. A bit of culture, some physical activity, and time to relax. I should take notes.
Smiling, I try to mix things up. It keeps life interesting. What about you? What's on your agenda for the weekend?
Thinking, let's see. Tomorrow evening, I'm meeting up with some friends for dinner. We're trying out this new Italian place that opened recently. I've heard their pasta is to die for.
Nice. Italian food is always a good choice. What kind of dishes do they serve?
From what I've heard, they do a mix of traditional and modern Italian cuisine. So, you've got your classic pastas and pizzas, but also some more contemporary dishes with a twist. I'm particularly excited about their truffle mushroom risotto.
That sounds divine. I love anything with truffle. It adds such a rich, earthy flavor. Are you a fan of Italian food?
I am. It's one of my favorite cuisines. There's something so comforting about a good bowl of pasta or a perfectly baked pizza. And the desserts, don't even get me started on tiramisu and panna cotta.
Laughs, I totally get that. Italian desserts are so indulgent. What are you planning to do after dinner?
We're thinking of catching a movie. There's this indie film festival going on at the local theater, and they're showing a bunch of lesser-known films from around the world. We might just pick one that looks interesting and go with it.
That sounds fun. I love indie films. They often tell such unique stories that you don't get with mainstream movies. Do you know what kind of films they're showing?
A mix of genres, I think. Some dramas, a few comedies, even a couple of documentaries. I haven't looked too closely at the lineup yet, but I'm excited to see something different.
Sounds like a great plan. I've been meaning to go to one of those film festivals. Maybe I'll join you next time. What about Sunday? Anything special?
Sunday's going to be pretty chill. I have a yoga class in the morning. It's been my Sunday routine for a while now, helps me unwind and get centered before the start of a new week.
That sounds lovely. Yoga is such a great way to relax and focus on your well-being. What style do you practice?
Mostly vinyasa, but sometimes I mix it up with some restorative yoga if I'm feeling particularly tired. I love the flow of vinyasa, but restorative yoga is perfect for those days when I just need to slow down and breathe.
That's a great balance. I've been meaning to get back into yoga myself. It's been a while, and I miss how relaxed and centered it makes me feel. Maybe I'll join you for a class sometime.
You should. It's always nice to have a yoga buddy. After yoga, I'm planning to do a little meal prepping for the week. I've been trying to eat healthier and save some money by cooking more at home.
That's a good idea. What do you usually make for meal prep?
It varies. Lately, I've been into making big batches of quinoa salad with lots of veggies and a lemon tahini dressing. It's easy to pack for lunch and tastes great cold. I also make some roasted chicken and veggies for dinner, and maybe a soup or stew if I'm feeling ambitious.
That all sounds delicious and healthy. I should start meal prepping too. It would save me a lot of time during the week. Any tips for getting started?
Start simple and don't overcomplicate things. Pick a few recipes you really like and make them in bulk. And don't be afraid to experiment with different flavors and ingredients. Also, investing in good storage containers makes a huge difference. It keeps everything fresh and organized.
Great advice. I'll have to give it a try. After meal prepping, what's on the agenda?
Not much, honestly. I might do a bit of reading, catch up on some TV shows, and just relax. I've been trying to have at least one day on the weekend where I don't have too much planned, just to recharge.
That sounds like a perfect Sunday. It's so important to have downtime. I usually end up binge-watching shows or getting lost in a good book on Sundays.
Laughs, same here. It's the best way to end the weekend. Do you have any shows or books lined up?
I'm in the middle of this show called Mystic Falls. It's a supernatural drama with lots of twists and turns. And for books, I'm reading The Night Circus. It's this beautifully written fantasy novel with a magical, mysterious setting.
I've heard of both. The Night Circus has been on my to-read list for ages. Everyone says the prose is gorgeous. And Mystic Falls sounds right up my alley. I love anything with a bit of mystery and magic.
You'd love both, I think. The Night Circus is such a beautifully crafted world, and Mystic Falls has some great plot twists. What about you? Any shows or books you're into right now?
I'm watching The Crown. I know I'm late to the party, but it's so well done. The acting, the costumes, the drama, it's all so captivating. As for books, I'm reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It's about a woman who makes a deal with the devil and lives for centuries, but no one remembers her. It's haunting and beautifully written.
I've heard so many good things about The Crown. And The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue sounds fascinating. I love stories that explore time and identity in unique ways. I might have to add that to my reading list.
You should. It's one of those books that stays with you long after you've finished. So, it sounds like we both have a nice mix of activities and relaxation planned for the weekend. It's going to be great.
Definitely. I'm really looking forward to our art exhibit adventure tomorrow and everything else we've got planned. It's nice to have a weekend to enjoy and recharge.
Smiling, I couldn't agree more. Here's to a fantastic weekend filled with art, good food, nature, and some well-deserved downtime.
Raising her coffee cup, cheers to that.
Clinking her cup with Alice's, cheers.
The conversation continues with Alice and Elizabeth chatting about their week, sharing recommendations, and making plans for future adventures. As the afternoon sunlight filters through the cafe windows, they feel grateful for their friendship and the exciting weekend ahead.